the Comic DF.
What is up, besties? It is your girl, the Karmic DF, back to you again with another conspiracy reading. This time, you obviously know it's on Men in Black. Now, let me be real with y'all. I already did the reading, and it took like a lot of turns. So, this is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only, but let me get my whole speech out. So if you enjoy these videos, please give it a like. It really does help other people see my videos, and it does support my channel. I appreciate y'all so much. My regulars, how are you? Happy Halloween, y'all, if you're seeing it on Halloween. Subscribe if you enjoy my videos. Please let me know what you want to see down in the comments below for future readings. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm on there sometimes. All the links are down below. If you want a reading from me, links are down below. If you are not into conspiracy readings, that is totally okay. I have an entire pop culture reading playlist that you could check out, as well as a bunch of other playlists on self-development, empaths, relationships, yada yada. So if you want to go ahead and check those out instead, or if you want to binge my entire conspiracy playlist because it's Halloween or because you're into spooky stuff. But by golly gosh, this is by far probably my second favorite or first favorite. I'm not sure. My dinosaur reading was very, very good. I loved that one. But as always, I appreciate y'all so much. But without further ado, let's get into it. What is up, besties? It's your girl, the Karmic DF, and today we are taking on Men in Black. Now, as a kid, I always thought that they were real. I just had this like inkling. So now that it's spooky season, and if you're seeing this on Halloween, happy Halloween. But we are going to take a look at the Men in Black. Are they real? And if they are, what's the story behind that? So as always, this is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. Let's get started. So I'm being drawn to this show Blacklist. Now, I don't know if you've seen that before, but it's basically about like they're kind of like a dark site, like they're kind of attached to the government, but like I'm seeing like almost like a pie chart that we used to do in like elementary school, where it's like giant circle and then like things that are connected to it with circles, you know what I'm saying? And it feels like it's like a part of a military op, but it's like it's a black site. It's like the show Blacklist, where like they deal with the worst of the criminals, except it's like an Area 51 version. That's what I'm getting right away. It's like these people are employed through some sort of like military, I'm seeing like black funding, like dark funding. I don't know how exactly that plays out, but it just feels like we should pull the cards. But it honestly, I already think they're real. So are they real? And what about them? Let's see. Okay. So allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. It feels like they come in when you've been visited by ETs, which makes sense, and they offer you this like, hey, I can help you. Like they expect you to be fearful. Like so it's people that have just had an encounter with ETs. I see like a command central, and it's like, you need to go to this house. It's been reported by like the state troopers that there's been a crash or something. Like I'm seeing like Roswell in my mind's eye. I'm feeling like this has been happening for decades. They've been around for decades. And it's like we come under the guise of like trying to make you feel like you're safer. Like, here, I got your back. But in reality, it's to gain more knowledge on extraterrestrials. At least back then. Especially with the sun in reverse, that's like you're not happy, you're concerned, you're worried, and they come in, they're like, hey, like, can I help you? And I almost see them like there's like a log book, and they log in like this date, this, like something fell from the sky. Like I'm seeing like the Truman Show, where like that metal thing falls from the sky and he starts to realize that something's up. It's kind of the same vibe, like something falls from the sky from like, I'm seeing like aircraft, like military craft. So like airplanes, but military. And it's like, I'm following this craft, and then I get a call that something fell into this person's property, And then I call my superior, who calls a friend, who calls a friend, who calls a friend. And then people just kind of like show up at your door to ask you questions about it. I'm hearing like poking and prodding. So they're trying to get information because they're trying to learn more about ETs. It's definitely people that have had legitimate encounters. But they're going under the guise of like, I care about you, I'm trying to help you, but in reality, they want to recover whatever it is that you found. I'm also hearing NDA, so I feel like they tell them like they have to keep it quiet or whatever, but it's like at all costs, like you have to keep this a secret, and like if there's any pushback, I feel like that's when like the NDA comes in, because I almost see them like go into people's houses and like recovering stuff. Like I see like a caution tape around like someone's backyard. And it's like we're probing the land almost, and then we find like something, and it's like I almost see that, what is it called, Spirit? I don't know. It's like, you know how people on the beach have that metal detector? There you go, kind of like that. Maybe they like use metal detectors or something like that, but they're looking for stuff so that they can use it to learn more about different species of ETs. They have a logbook of this. They know that there's more than one species of ETs. They've been knowing this for decades. They've been collecting stuff. That's what they do. It's not like the movies where like they shoot a light at you and they erase your mind. They more just play to your fears in terms of like I think they gaslight some people, but some people like have actual visitation, so they can't really gaslight them. So you got a couple of things happening here. You got people that are like, hey, I'm calling my local state police because like this thing fell from the sky and I don't even know what it is. And so we come to your house. You're not privy to it. And we take it and we pretend that it's military, but it's actually extraterrestrial. We want the stuff. It's something about the stuff. Like ETs have dropped stuff unintentionally. I also see visitations. I think that's where the NDAs come into place, because I think like, yeah, because I'm hearing like the Greys, which is a big one. I feel like some people have had actual like full-on visitations. Because yeah, I heard a story about like ETs giving like a family a gift, and then yeah, oh my God, that story's got to be true because I'm seeing it in my mind's eye. They also play as like different roles. So like they like, say you have, I don't know, say ETs came to your house and the house across the street or the house diagonal from you is for sale, right? They'll have like a couple show up at your doorstep and they'll be like, hey, we're actually looking to purchase this house. Can you tell me anything about like the area? What is there to know? It's like they like get the information from you and you don't even know what they're really doing. I'm seeing people that aren't, it's like they work outside of the system. So like they can come under a ruse. They can pretend they're a couple. They can pretend that, you know, they're the pizza delivery man. They can pretend that they're a plumber. And like, I feel like if there's someone that's trying to get into your house, it's because they already know that something has fallen into your land or something, because again, it's like, I want to take what you have and I'm playing to your naivety towards extraterrestrials. But you've had a visitation, because like notice how there's like little spooky hands at the bed. So those are people that have had a visitation. They've been woken up at night and they've been given something, and we play to your, I just keep hearing naivety. So they actually end up collecting stuff. I wonder if that's part of what Area 51 was, like a collection of stuff they've collected. How's that for word count? It's like they collect stuff and it's like kind of like a museum. Like I'm being drawn to Ed and Lorraine Warren, I might be butchering their names, where they have like a museum of stuff they've found through the possession stuff. It's kind of the same vibe. Like they have a collection of like ET materials that they've gotten throughout the decades to learn more. I do believe, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, that if they can't get what they want, I'm hearing by any means necessary. So like they might threaten the family. There's definitely friction here because some people, like notice how she's holding a thing. It's like, I don't want to give up this thing. This is the thing that I found from the ETs. This is what they gave me. but I'm not willing to let it go. And they don't want the worldview to change. And so, by all means necessary, is what I'm hearing. They will take what they need. Yeah, because I'm hearing you want what you can't have. Ooh, boy, that's too damn bad. So it's this vibe of like, we try to be nice. We start with like an investigation, so we look like cops at first. But then, like, depending on how you play it out is how it can go. So, like, if you were straight up visited by ETs, they gave you something and you don't want to let go of it, they will do anything to get that item, whether that is breaking into your house, because I'm hearing B&E, or whether that's threatening your family, your home life. Like, the actual threat here is more so them than the ETs in that situation, because it's like, I want it. And you, yeah, because I'm hearing, I want it, I got it. The Ariana Grande song. They will take it by all means necessary because they want to be able to understand what's outside of this world. So I feel like I'm picking up more towards like the beginning of when this was created, because it's giving me the vibe of like before internet, before people could do their own research and stuff. They were playing to naivety, and there's NDAs going on. There's trickery. I feel like I'm being watched. I'm seeing like binoculars. So I feel like they like scout houses and stuff to make sure that the story that they've told, like their local policeman or whatever, is in fact true. And I also see them like breaking into houses. But it's like, if you don't let us, it's like they try everything else before they go to something dark. It's not like they come to your house and they're like, I'm taking this. You have no choice. I'm going to threaten your life. It's not like that at all. It's like, I'm going to do whatever I can to get what I need. That's last case scenario would be like threatening the family. But like, I feel like some people have been paid off. Some people have been, threatened, silenced, signing paperwork. I keep seeing like signed paperwork, but yeah, this is a thing. Yeah, it's like a ruse. It's like, oh, I can help you. But in reality, it's like they're playing on. Yeah, I think like they play to. They do, because I'm seeing people like doing research on who it is that, had the item. So it's like you're kind of afraid. We're doing research on it and we're pretending to be whatever it is you need. So like, here's an example. Say this happened, right? Something fell into your yard or you were visited. You told the cops in your town. They come by and they watch your house for like a couple of days, see if it's legit, and they learn about you so that they can give you this like whatever it is that you need. So I see like wiretaps on the phone. So like they're listening in on phone calls. And then they play to a ruse. So say like in that week, of you finding the item, all of a sudden, like, I don't know, your plumbing goes or like your electrical or something. And then they hear on the phone that you called a plumber. They pay off the plumber and they come in as the plumber. And then they like, they go through your shit and they grab whatever it is that they need. And then they just disappear. So, like, they play it out in many different ways. This is why this is hard to, like, pin down, because they have so many different rules. I'm seeing plumbers. I'm seeing electricians. I'm seeing just all... It's like Halloween. It's like they all have a costume. They're all playing a part to do whatever it takes to get whatever it is. Because, like, notice how... It seems like everybody's holding something. It's like, you have something I want, and we're going to get it at all costs. But I do believe that they come in with decent intentions. It's just that some people, I'm seeing like a kid death gripping a teddy bear. It's like, this is mine. I don't want to give it up. That's when they get a little messed up. This has been happening for years. This has been happening for decades. Yeah, this is a card about the past, but it's upright, so it's not bad. It's not a bad thing. It's just like we swoop in, we could pretend to be the saviors, or we could pretend to be the bad guy. Like, I'm seeing like good cop, bad cop in my mind. It's like we will play whatever part that we need to play in order to get our job done. That's the vibe. I really see like them pulling at heartstrings too. Like, I don't know why, but the movie We're the Millers is coming to my mind. So it's like, it's people that are pretending to be something they're not. I'm seeing like a pizza delivery guy. I'm seeing like, oh, I'm your new neighbor. I'm seeing like a whole bunch of ways to like get to your heart so that you can like spill your shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's given the vibe of like, let's have a couple of drinks. And then all of a sudden I'm getting all the information from you and I'm reporting it back to my superiors. Like, it's all very strategic. There has been issues in the past. There are people that were upset with this because they wanted to tell their story. They wanted to... I think people have had good encounters with certain ETs. Things that, like, they'd want to share with the world. Like, yeah, ETs are actually really... They were nice to me in particular. They wanted to be kind and show me, like, their type of world, their type of reality. But again, I feel like I'm pulling on more like 50s, 60s, 70s. This was definitely prior than the, like, before internet. But, like, there's a friction here because they did not want this information to get out. They thought it would cause way too much chaos. They didn't know enough about ETs yet. And so because they felt ignorant to it, they didn't think that the public could handle it. They thought that there'd be like an uproar, that people would freak out, that there'd be chaos, that the people would turn against them if they ever found out that we were holding this secret. And so it was just like, at all costs, people cannot find out about this, which is why they have their own separate, like, black site is what I keep hearing. It's just like this secret site just dedicated to catching all of the wind of ET. You know what I'm seeing is, like, I don't know if this is still a thing anymore because, like, newspapers are, like, not big anymore. But, like, back in the day, I think it's, like, called Inquirer or something, because I'm seeing a specific newspaper where it's, like, invasion of aliens. And, like, it was supposed to be this, like, newspaper that was dedicated to fiction stories, like, just for fun and ha-has. But those fiction newspapers actually had truth in them. So, like, I think it was called Inquirer because I'm seeing a specific one. There was, like, a really creepy face on it, and it was talking about ETs. I don't know why, but I remember seeing that somewhere. But those fiction newspapers weren't always fiction. They would pick up the ET stories from people that other people wouldn't pick up, like real newspapers. And I'm seeing like a map, almost like a crime map from like CSI or something, where it's like I'm connecting all the dots, but it's more like newspapers and who owns the newspapers. So the real newspapers, I know this sounds nuts, but y'all, we signed up for this. The real newspapers, they knew that they weren't allowed to publish this stuff. So they would go to the newspapers that would publish this stuff, but the only ones that would were the ones that are like, I'm hearing like smut, is that the right word? Where it's like, I think they still sell these newspapers, like, because I'm seeing like at the grocery aisle, like right at the checkout, where it's supposed to be fiction. But a lot of those newspapers had ET encounters that were true. I think they were a little bit like fabricated, like, you know how like movies are based on a true story, but like they embellish it. Thank you, Spirit. They embellish it for like views. You know what I mean? It's the same kind of vibe. A lot of those fiction newspapers back in the day were telling the truth. So if anybody, like, I don't know, like if you could go on eBay and find a newspaper of like the Inquirer, because that's what I'm seeing. I don't know if that's the specific name, but like if you could find one that said like aliens were in this town and blah, 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 that wasn't fiction. That was the only way to get the story out. Oh my God. There was just so much conflict, because this is a judgment card. There was just so much conflict of like, we can't tell the people. It'll go crazy. Everybody will come after us. We can't have this out in public. So how do we make a plan to move forward? And that's how this group was created. They didn't want people to know because they didn't know. That's why we weren't told about ETs. I guess I could kind of understand that, but like at what point are you going to be like, all right, we got enough information, it's factual. But I think they were just so terrified of like how the people would react that it's very given, like, I need to be in control of the situation at all times. And if we say that ETs are real, then we'd have to also admit that we're not fully in control here, because we're just one planet and there's a whole bunch of other planets with a whole bunch of other different species. Because I'm seeing like all different types of ETs in my mind. Like there have been visitations from small grays that are like 4 feet tall, big grays that wanted to, like, I know this is going to sound wild, y'all, but this is what I'm hearing. There were stories, right? There are people out there that have these stories that they got impregnated by ETs. Y'all, I hear what I'm saying, but it's true. It's like a hybrid thing. So back in the day, there was like abductions happening, and like a woman would be abducted, she'd be scared, confused, she'd come back, and then she's pregnant. And like there was a lot of like, some of them miscarried, and then some, they like, when it was like time, because I'm seeing like time's up, when it was time for that baby to be born, or like maybe like not like 9 months, but something like where you could get away with, I know this sounds so wild, y'all, but this is what I'm seeing. So like say 4 or 5 months, because you kind of have like a pouch, you could still pass it off as not fully pregnant. It's like they come back to get the creation that they've made. And this seems like way beyond, because I'm hearing above my pay grade. This feels like something that like I can't put into actual words because we don't understand this yet. But there is a way for them to like crossbreed is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like a crossbreed. Like I'm seeing in my mind's eye like how they breed different animals like dogs and stuff. But it's more like humans. It's like, ooh, I like the biology of this person. I want to mix it with my alien DNA and make the child out of it. So like, again, I'm being brought back to those newspapers. It's like these stories are in these fiction newspapers, except it wasn't fiction. And if you do read tarot and you're like, I'm not seeing that in the cards, I'm channeling right now. This is not the cards. But there was just something about like, we can't let this get out. We can't let people find out. We don't want them to be scared, especially with the ones that like, they really did impregnate people. I don't know exactly how it works. It's not like a RAPE thing. It's not like that. It's almost like I'm seeing like an injection, almost like a needle, or like it's like a very sterile environment. It's like I'm in a ship and there's just nothing but bright white light. And then it's like this metal table, and then like, you know, like an IV bag. I'm seeing like that, like in the like medicine shows. Sorry, no brain, all channel. And it's like they put something into you, and then you're pregnant. You might not even know that you're pregnant because it feels like they come back within like, oh my God, yeah, 4 months. I was thinking 4 or 5 months, and now I'm seeing the number 4 on that card. They come back like 4 or 5 months later, and they take whatever it is. I feel like some people don't even know that they were impregnated. This is so weird. Y'all, I know, I hear it. But it's like the ETs want to, there's something about our genetics that they really want to like, it's like they see parts of us that would benefit their race, but they're looking for something specific. Because like I also see like rejected babies almost, because what I'm seeing is like babies that are born almost in like a pod. It's like they put the half-made baby into a pod. Y'all, I hear it. I can't help it. I told you it's spooky season. This is probably why I was drawn to this. I'm seeing like a baby in a pod, but like it doesn't pass. Like it's half human, half whatever ET, but like it's blue. It's like a bright blue, and like it wouldn't pass in terms of like being human, so it can't go to planet Earth. And then like we feel like it's going to be rejected by our race. So it's like, it feels like, you know what I'm seeing is the Christmas movie where there's like a place for toys, the Misfit toys. It's kind of the same vibe. They have a place. I know this sounds wild, y'all, but this is what I'm seeing. They have a place for ETs that are mixed with humans that humans would reject, but ETs, like they couldn't. It's like something to do with the biology and something to do with rejection. It's a mixture of both. Like the biology wouldn't work on their planet. There's like a planet for like misfits. I know this sounds so weird, but I regret nothing. There's a planet for misfit, hybrid, alien, human, crossbred ETs. This is the stuff that was going on back then. Wow, this is wild. Oh, okay. Okay. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, just opinions. I feel like religion had a hand in this. I'm hearing Catholicism doesn't benefit from this. For some reason, I think religion was a lot stronger back then. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. I remember it being a lot stronger 20 years ago. But it's like people in power. That's the Emperor in reverse. This is the Hierophant. This is the Chariot. We can't move forward. We have to play this game because we work with the religious figures. I'm being drawn to like king and queen. You know what I mean? I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna go much further. Put the puzzle pieces together, y'all. But it's just like this. We will not have this, is what I'm hearing. We will not have this. This will not. I'm hearing like an uproar, an uprising, because okay. If you're religious, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to target you. But Catholicism, whatever religions, I don't really study. I'm not going into that. But they have like a set standard of like, this is the reality. You can't stray from that reality. And so if they were to admit that like ETs existed, that would screw up the religious system. And so there's like, that's probably why I was seeing this, like the CIA board of like, or CSI board of like, this goes here, this goes there. They're all intertwined. They're all interconnected. The religious figures were connected to the newspapers, connected to the military, they're all connected to, like, I'm seeing like a news, like an old radio, and it's like, this cannot be put out there. Or if it is, it's put on like the AM station where it's like the made up stuff. Cause now I'm seeing like the scene from the movie 2012 where they have that crazy guy that is on like the top of the hill, and he like talks on his walkie-talkie telling the story as like the world's falling apart, and he was called crazy forever, but then like he ends his life doing what he loves, which is like telling the truth. It's kind of given the same vibe of like, people have tried to tell the story and tried to move us forward as a species to like get connected to like what we don't understand. But religion like put a stop to this. Religion has a big role in this. We do not want this getting out. This does not help control the masses, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. This is reminding me of like a king or like a higher up. You could even argue this would be like a government official, but I feel like it's coming from like, wow, if it's one thing the whole world can agree on, it's keeping this from us. Because I'm seeing like king and queen. I'm seeing like political figures. I'm seeing like this is an agreement throughout the world. They did not want this getting out. We wanted it to move forward, but religion did not benefit from that. Wow. Yeah. Because then we'd have to actually, yeah, they would see, yeah, because I'm hearing the song, You See Right Through Me. We'd actually move forward as a species if we were to know about this, and they didn't want that because this is about control. This was always about control. This is freaking ridiculous. Are you kidding me? This is like not letting people know that like the land is stolen. Like Columbus type vibe. It's like this would ruin what we've put in place. We have to have success at absolute all costs. We don't care because the people would revolt. They would also learn that God is within us and there's more to it. It's not that you have to go to a place to find God. It's not that you have to go to a higher up to find God. It's that God's within all of us. And they knew that the people would flip the hell out. And they were also worried that like, okay, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. I don't know about these days, but like, is it possible that religion made a lot of money? Because I'm getting this vibe of like, it would have broken down the system of religion. And it feels like I'm seeing like charities and stuff like that, like making a lot of money. And it's like religion would end. We would realize our power and we would fight back. What the frick? Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. No facts here. Religion's totally accurate. Okay? Okay. Don't feel like arguing in the comments. Believe what you want. I don't care. I'm hearing like it's not the right time. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Knight of Swords in reverse. You cannot say that. You cannot put this out here. This is Temperance in the reverse. This cannot come out. This would start something new. The people would, it's given the vibe like the people would get back in cahoots with spirituality over religion. I shit you not. Like I can't believe this is the way it went. I figured it'd be more alien based, but this is really more about power structures that would fall apart if we found out. Because it's like, this is not the right time. This is not the right time. And I'm hearing like, well, when is it the right time? Like, we want to talk to them. Like, I'm seeing like international phone calls. It's like, we want to share our wisdom, share our knowledge. And I'm seeing like free energy. I'm seeing like, because notice like the electricity. It's like, and I'm being drawn to like the theory, conspiracy, whatever, that the pyramids actually gave away free energy. I feel like aliens have tried to give us free energy. They've tried to give us things to help us heal. Like, I'm seeing like I feel like the pyramids helped us heal. There was something about the pyramids, inside the pyramids, that could help you heal, could help you channel, could help you, like, you walk in there, like, and all of your worries and everything goes away. There was something about the pyramids, but I'm seeing the top of the pyramid being taken off. So are the pyramids, do they have a top on them anymore? Is there a top still? Because it's giving me the vibe of like, I'm seeing like the pyramids and then like the cord being yanked out. It's like the structures knew that the ETs were trying to benefit humanity, and that did not benefit the powers at play. So I don't think the men in black themselves were bad. I think they were just employed like every other individual, but this was like a network designed to keep us in line. This is freaking wild. Let me see. Is there anything else? I feel like, yeah, this is just, yeah, because then we would turn on them. We would have turned on them. And they knew that. They knew that we would want to take back our power. And they were really afraid. And they're like, nope, this is a burden. You got to keep this a secret. No one can know about this. I think this is how Area 51 came to be. I think this is why we never heard anything up until right now with the whistleblowers, because that was the only way it was going to happen. But with the Ten of Wands here, 9 and 10, it feels like we're going to continue to get more information on ETs, more knowledge out in the mainstream. But I'm also seeing my symbol of whack-a-mole, which is like look at how the whistleblower came out and said ETs existed, and then like we're already talking about wars and stuff like that. It's like it keeps getting swept under the rug is what I'm hearing. So like it's kind of up to us to keep track of what's going on. But this has been going on for decades, and it's benefited religion. That's the main thing here. I don't feel like Men in Black themselves, like that was their end game. It was really just more about research, learning about them. But like whoever like really, it's given like the 1%. You know what I mean? Whoever's in control, because I'm seeing like what is it? That yearly meeting that's never covered by the news, that is real. You can Google it. It's like Bilderberg Group, I think, where they meet up, and it's like, why are you guys meeting up? Because it's like it's figures all across the world with like the companies of pharma, with like newspapers, like New York Times, stuff like that. If you look this up, this is legit. This is not conspiracy. Go ahead and Google it. They meet up once a year, but no cameras, no nothing are allowed. And people have done their own whistleblowing on these meetings. This is about a big network that benefits from us not having power. Because we are capable of having free energy. We would have had it decades ago. I'm seeing Nikola Tesla, and I'm seeing stuff getting shelved. There are things that can heal us where we wouldn't have cancer. We wouldn't have any of that. And it's all being shelved because it does not benefit the powers at play. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Wow, this did not let me down. Anything else, Spirit? Can you tell me anything more about Men in Black themselves? They got paid off. This was always about money, getting paid off. They didn't like this either, by the way. It's not that they wanted to keep it a secret. It's just like, I'm hearing like that's just the way it is. Some things will never change the song. It's like, we wanted to help you guys get out of this lack that you're going through. That's coming from the ETs. We were offering you stuff. They gave us stuff. They gave us stuff to better humanity as a whole. But that would have made an imbalance with the power at play. And so it's like, I feel like this is why, like, invasions, like, don't happen like this anymore. Like, it feels like people used to talk about this a lot in the past. So many, like, visitations, ET invasions, stuff like that, like, coming to your house and, like, taking you up. But, like, that doesn't really happen anymore because it's like, when we gave you stuff, it was taken away because your people, not us, like, the bottom. I'm seeing, like, the top of the pyramid. It's like, your people are selfish and greedy. And they only care about money and control, so we can't help you because even when we do, they take it. They take over. There is shit on shelves that would benefit humanity. Honestly, I'm a little angry because I kind of felt that way. I kind of knew. Because, like, how did Nikola Tesla talk about free energy and then nothing came to be? Really? It's given the vibe of, like, maybe Nikola Tesla got some help. Because I keep seeing him in readings lately. Anything else? Greedy. What did I say? 4 of Pentacles. It's all about greed. But it could have actually healed us. Damn. I think there were, like, it's like a rare small percent where ETs, like Like, it's definitely disrespectful to take somebody, impregnate them, and then take the baby. That's messed up. But, like, for the most part, it wasn't an evil type of thing. They were trying to help us. Like, I'm hearing enlightenment. They were trying to help us. This was around the time where there was wars. Like, I'm hearing, like, Cold War or, like, World War II. Something about wars. But, like, they were just so power hungry. And, I mean, they still are. So, like, are we shocked? But, like, this was always about helping humanity. But they gave up. And it's not like they wanted to give up on us. I feel like this is why you hear that, like, they're watching over us. This is why we see sightings, but, like, not much else. It's like I'm hearing the song Earth is Ghetto, I Want to Leave. Like, that's how they feel about us. It's like the Earth is ghetto. We can't help them because the power structure is just messed up. Yeah. What's the back deck? They wanted to help us evolve our home lives, releasing anxiety, releasing fears, beginning to understand what life really is about. Because I'm hearing the song, like, what's this life for? And it's like, we want to, like, get you out of being trapped. We want to show you that there's more to life than just, like, working, going to church, having a family, white picket fence, job you hate, that's it, death. No anything else unless, like, you repent your sins to Jesus. Like, and I'm not digging on anybody. I'm not saying Jesus isn't real. Don't come for me in the comments. It's just like this would have screwed up the power structures in place. So the aliens, like, gave up. They gave up. So, like, I don't think Men in Black are necessarily all that in action these days because, like, I'm seeing, like, people that channel the Galactic Federation. I feel like that's how ETs are trying to get to us now. Because they're like, when we try to help y'all, it gets taken. Like, everything we give to you gets taken. So there's no point because we don't want it in the wrong hands. So now that's why they're, like, channeling through people. Because it's like, people may or may not call people like me crazy, but at least the information's getting out there. Whereas when we did it the other way, your governments, your religious figures, they weren't allowing it. It just did not benefit the system. Damn. Yeah, we were trying to get you blah, 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 detached from what you thought was just, like, because I'm hearing, like, semi-charmed kind of life. It's just like the vibe of, like, because that's devil in reverse, being unshackled from someone who's in power, but for the wrong reasons. They really wanted to help us, like, start new ventures, start new ways of living, new ways of life. Like, notice the ball in her hand of, like, energy. It's like an exchange. They wanted to help enlighten us and so we could have a bond. And honestly, I feel like that's what's happening now. They're trying to get through now. That's why we're seeing whistleblowers. That's why people are suddenly channeling. That's why I channel. It's to help enlighten us in a different way because the way that they were doing it in the past didn't work because they couldn't. It's like they can't mess with free will to an extent. It's weird. There's like a small percentage of ETs that can, but they can't mess with free will to an extent. Like, they can't mess up the timeline of humans taking back their own power. So it's like, we'll give you this, and hopefully it gets into the right hands, but then it's like, boom, taking it. So free energy, boom, found out about it, it's gone. A way to heal people that have terminal illnesses, here you go, we can help you, boom, gone. And then they sell into the media, aliens are dangerous if they even exist, but they don't exist. But if they did exist, they're evil and they want to. It's like, it's not adding up, y'all. Put the pieces together. They were trying to help us originally, but they just kind of gave up because the powers just weren't having it. It's not a money motivating tool. Because I'm seeing like gas companies going under if this were to happen, like oil and stuff like that. I'm seeing like electric bills. We wouldn't have electric bills anymore. We'd fight against taxes. We wouldn't have taxes anymore. I feel like, I don't know if churches have changed. It's been a real long time, but back then at least, churches would have fell down. They would have fell apart because we would have been like on the land, channeling spirit, channeling stuff like that. They were trying to bring us back to when we were one with the land. It's giving more of a tribalistic kind of vibe, but there's this power structure, the 1%, that was like, this is absolutely not going to happen. This does not benefit us. This will not make money. This will help people realize that they're free. We need them to believe that they're not free so that they depend on us. Yeah, because now I'm hearing the song, you can count on me, like 1, 2, 3, and I'll be there. But I'm seeing like an evil face in my mind's eye, and it's human. It's not ETs. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. That was wild. I didn't expect it to turn that way. Again, if you're religious, I'm not trying to come for you. Again, like I said, this feels like it was more 50s, 60s, 70s. It was earlier. It was definitely pre-internet. I feel like it's faded off because they've tried too many times, and they're like, these people are awful. Like I'm seeing like military jets being told to shoot down like spacecraft, and it's like humans are mean, but like they know it's not all of us, but it's the power structure. So it's like they kind of gave up. So now it's more of a rare thing. I think that's why they do things like crop circles and stuff, because I'm seeing crop circles. It's like, we want to let you know that we're here, but your power structure has been benefiting from you not knowing, because if you knew, then you would know how to free yourself. And they don't want that. So that's all alleged, and for entertainment purposes only, no facts here. I'm obviously wearing my tinfoil hat as I'm doing this. And yeah, so I'm going to leave it at that. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It really does support my channel. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys want to see in future readings, conspiracy or pop culture, or my self-development videos. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm on there sometimes. All the links are down below. If you'd like to book a personal reading, links are down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Have a happy Halloween.
The Comic